We're now going to upload an audio file to Squarespace. I can say from personal experience in over a decade that this is one of the most underused features within Squarespace. As a platform, Squarespace offers audio storage and the ability to upload MP3 files directly into the admin area. And today I'm going to show you just how to do that. I'm going to go in and start editing a page, and we can see I've got a section here that I want to put an audio file below this content block. One thing to note that with Squarespace 7.1, we can add multiple sections to any page. With 7.0, the older version of Squarespace, we'd have to use an index page to create multiple sections. But now we can just do this straight off the bat. And one thing to remember is that when we add a block, we cannot move it from one section to another. So double check that you're in the right section first. And when you are, scroll down here to the audio option and select that. Alternatively, you can search for the option that you want. As we're going to add an audio block, I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to move it into position. Because this is built on Fluid Engine in Squarespace 7.1, we can expand and collapse our audio file block section. There's a lot of flexibility, fluidity with how we can do that. And I think I'm actually going to go with the slightly chunkier version that we started off with. And I'm going to leave one entire grid space gap between, so we've got some nice macro white space around our audio file. We can see the play button. That will switch to pause when you start playing the file. And when we're ready to upload, we'll just double click on this block. We've got two main options. We can upload a file, or we can link to an external file that's already online. And if I click this option, it will just take me to my computer. Alternatively, I can drag and drop from a folder into position. There's also an option to view a tutorial article about it, but that would defeat the object of this video. So I'm going to put a title in. Let's make that a bit better. There we go. So a more realistic title there. If this was a podcast episode, we would then add our audio track and it would load in the background. Once that's loading, we can switch over. If we want to add additional information, if this was a real podcast episode, we can put things like the series and episode number, and also the duration of the file as well. This can link up with all of your main podcast platforms. There's also the option to show a download link if someone wanted to have an offline copy of that file. And we can switch between dark and light mode. Because this is on a dark background, that's the option that we want. Bear in mind, it's the opposite of the text color. So dark mode means white text, light mode means black text and black block. We can see that would work on a light background. So if I was to change this section color, we can see how that looks there. So I'm going to switch this back, and we're going to do one final thing before we wrap up, and that is to check this on mobile view. At this point, I'm going to save my progress. Then I'm going to switch to the mobile view option, and as we can see, it's actually positioned it quite well there. I could just move this form block down one more block, just to give a little bit more breathing space on mobile. When we switch back to desktop view, we can see it's unchanged. That's what I do like about the Squarespace Fluid Engine. We can really fine-tune how our mobile layouts look, but bear in mind, it does take a little bit longer to adapt our designs to mobile than it used to. Hope you found this helpful. There's loads more tutorials on website builders like Squarespace on this channel, so please subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with the latest changes. I also have a free and premium community platform on School with a K, and there's information in the description. Recommend checking it out, otherwise I'll catch you next time. Cheers.